I checkmate my roommate's every move because he wouldn't do the dishes. This was around 2000 or so. I was living in a pretty sweet 2-bedroom apartment right above where I was working at the time. My sister's boyfriend had recently moved to town and needed a place to stay. We were already kind of friends, so I gave him a bedroom. Rent was split, but it was still my place overall. He had a pretty annoying habit of making food, then eating it in his room and leaving the dirty dishes in there. I bugged him about it for a while until he finally started at least putting them in the sink, still dirty, but at least accessible. Eventually I got very mad about this, and basically told him to clean the fucking dishes. His reply: "That's not happening." Okay then. For the whole time he'd been living there, he was allowed to use my computer, pretty badass gaming rig I had built, to check his emails and shit. After he said that garbage about the dishes, I had a little idea. When he left for work that day, I hopped on the internet and found a free tiny program called BootLocker. It basically locked the computer with a black screen with a password prompt. No password, no computer. It even had an option to lock the BIOS, so if the PC was rebooted, it would ask for the password before even booting. There was also an option to include some words below the password prompt. I chose, clean dishes equals checked email. Then I went about my day. Needless to say, when I got home later, he finished work and was there before me. The dishes were clean but he was not happy. Poor little baby. Cue his revenge. He had a pretty fancy Sony TV that was in the living room. I had it hooked up to the computer so that movies could be watched, games played etc. on the sweet big screen. 32-inch was way bigger than my monitor, lol. Plus we had free cable from work downstairs. After the BootLocker thing, he thought he would get me back by activating the parental controls on his TV. I get home after work, he's not home, and go to watch some TV. No go without the 4-digit code. Took me roughly 2 minutes online to find, what do I do if I forgot my Sony TV code? The look on his face when he got home and I was watching TV was fucking golden. He moved out not too long afterwards.